years. See Mid-South Lumber for all of your DIY projects, including windows, doors, siding, lumber, and millwork. Are you building a new home? Bring your contractor in to Mid-South Lumber and meet with a member of their sales team to discuss your framing, siding, windows, and doors. Mid-South Lumber, the biggest little lumber yard in Panama City. 717 West 11th.
Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota. ESPN Northwest Florida. Rise and shine, campers. It's a brand new day.
What a lovely morning.
Good morning, starshine.
You seem happy this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming in early.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local. Live from the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub, I'm full of water. I stay hot tub, stay hot tub. Gonna get you hot tub. I'm gonna make it wet. Stay hot tub. Rubber dub in the hot tub.
Come up, come up.
Shake in the hot tub.
Yeah!
Really make me sweat.
Yeah!
Shake in the hot tub.
Yeah!
Really make me wet.
Yeah. Well. Again, good morning. Welcome to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. The legendary Dr. Chad Mitchell is on his way. I don't know if he's got back from Auburn yet, his private jet or what. We'll ask him when he gets here. Hey, what do you think about that Wildcat? He goes to watch Auburn, pulls for him, and they lose. They haven't lost a home game all year. Mitchell goes, they lose.
They should stay home from now on.
Oh my.
Yeah. And we got a special guest, Dr. Bill King Sullivan.
No, not King now.
You got to get about 3 inches from that mic.
No, okay, well, not King. Don't do that now.
This is a former superintendent of the great state of Missouri.
Right. Associate superintendent.
Same thing.
Coming out of St. Louis County, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was that experience like, sir?
It was monumental on so many levels, so many times, hard to say. And sometimes it was just plain boring.
I just want to know this. How did you treat athletics? Did you know how important they are to these young people?
Absolutely. And, you know, we in private conversations that you and I have had, athletics plays a very important part in all school districts everywhere in the United States. It's handled differently in different places, but it nevertheless is important. It's important to our young people and their development.
Yeah, I've always said when I interview for a job, there's 2 reasons teams are successful. Number 1, the superintendent of schools, and number 2, the principal. Because it's not important to the superintendent, it's not going to be important to the principals. And if it's not important to the principals, it's not going to be important to the coaches. So you don't want to go work for people that it doesn't matter to. It's got to be very important to the guys on top. If they want to have good athletic departments, they're going to make sure they hire the right people, they're give them the things they need to have to be successful. Don't you think that's correct?
Well, there's absolutely... You're not going to have any kind of program without financing, and that's true. And one of the things that I think is universal, just in Missouri or Florida, it's the fact that you have to have people who really want to see it do well. You have the money, but you need people who really want to see it do well and excel, and get people involved. If anything, If I was going to say anything about, I don't know anything about Florida schools much, but I know Missouri schools, and part of what happens there is that you've got to have an enthusiasm for what you're doing, whatever
Absolutely.
It is.
Yeah. Were you kind of a hands-on guy, or did you kind of hire them, let them do their job, and only step in if you had to?
Well, as a superintendent, I frankly did not spend a lot of time getting involved on a day-to-day basis with the coaches. I did not.
Good man. Good man.
But they knew what they were doing. They knew it.
Hey,
they don't need me in there messing it up.
Bill, this is this is the legend, Dr. Chadman. As you can see, he's got an MVP on. Hey, Walk, have you seen what he's got around his neck?
I met Dr.
Oh, my
Chad.
gosh.
I met Dr. Chad at your house.
Oh, that's right. You did get me,
Yeah,
Chad
it's
Mitchell.
good to see you. Very
Good to see you. Yeah, they do let Alabama fans be VIPs at Auburn.
Did you hear what I said about you? Did I hear what I said? Auburn was undefeated at home till you show up.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were. They had most of the game at home. And
Yeah, till I showed up.
Chad showed up. He's waving to everybody, and they get
Hey, dude, this was a tunnel pass. You talking about cool. I was standing where Bruce Pearl normally stands during the game, up and down. The very end of the court, I'm like butted up against a cheerleader.
Are you really?
The smoke is like 4
Right
feet
now?
away from me, and the players are running out. I got a video.
Oh, my God.
Dude, it was awesome. it's the VIP experience at Auburn.
Yeah, I know.
You didn't hear about it?
No. I never have been part of that Auburn VIP. No. Thank you, Chad.
I have no business sitting with y'all.
It's him. It's not me.
I have to bring something every week.
Well, we've got a whole Auburn update. We're going to just turn it over to him and let him give everything that happened. But I want to go. Bill is a superintendent of Missouri, as you know, Chad. Chad's been on our sidelines for 25 years, taking care of athletes. I don't think that's happened anywhere. Somebody give up their weekends every single weekend for 25 years. The legendary Chad Mitchell. But, you know, you kind of being in charge, and you've been in the great state of Missouri. There was a rumor going around that you were in charge of this year's Super Bowl halftime show. Was that any truth to that?
There was no truth to that at all. I'm not even sure. I tried to follow that, but I lost it
I didn't know
early.
what he-
I will admit to that. I lost it early. I didn't really know what we were doing.
What was he saying? I don't even know what he was saying.
I caught a few words.
Hey, did you see the halftime show?
I did, and at the very end of it, all I heard him say was "Turn off your TV, turn off your TV, turn off your TV."
Right.
And then he said a cuss word, and that was the end of the.
What did that mean?
was.
Turn off your TV.
I don't
Turn
know.
off your TV.
I don't know, but did y'all see the guy that tried to run out onto the during the presentation or that event?
No.
Yeah, the security was tackling him off to the corner. That's in the news.
I see
We
that.
miss all the good stuff.
Yeah. I just thought that was the worst.
The opening
halftime.
ceremonies were great.
Everything was great except for halftime.
That was great.
Halftime was terrible.
They spent way too much money for what they got on halftime.
I'll tell you what was terrible. The Kansas City Chiefs. That was what was terrible.
Careful. He might be in mourning.
No,
this
wait a
morning.
minute. No, I'm not.
Did you care? Did you? Were you?
I mean,
are you?
what
I
happened?
mean, where's your loyalty? I mean, to your.
It's not to Kansas City. My God. So that's on the west side of the state. I don't have much to do with that. No.
So you were pulling for the
No, I don't care about the
Eagles?
Eagles either.
Yeah. A lot of
Probably
people don't
shouldn't
like
say
the Eagles,
that. They had Jalen Hurt played very well.
Oh, he played
Roll Tide,
excellent.
baby.
Yeah.
Roll
Yeah,
Tide.
especially
I knew
the
that.
pass to Devontae
Yeah.
Smith.
Oh, me and my
my
loved
buddies,
it.
we were
I
all going
loved
to roll
it.
Tide.
I text Jim Durant starts off the whole. I got text with him and Ryan and Jason in the group text, and they go, and no player in the history of Sugar Bowl from Alabama has ever scored a touchdown. Well, I said, well, wait a minute. Joe Namath won Super Bowl III. I think he threw a touchdown pass in that game. And Bart Starr won the first two, and I think he threw a touchdown pass in that game. I could be wrong, I think. And then Kenny Stabler, I'm pretty sure, threw a touchdown
we know Kenny
pass.
Stabler did.
And so Alabama, I guess, hadn't done much in the first three. They were all three quarterbacks from Alabama MVPs. Take that, Buckeye boys. Anyway, I'm like, they're just harassing me. So when Devontae Smith scored, I said, Smith, Heisman Trophy, roll damn Tide. The other way, shut up. We don't want to hear it. Anyway. But hey, getting back to the Super Bowl, seriously. Jalen Hurts, man. Is that incredible?
It's awesome. It's a great story. It's great to see an individual persevere and make himself better and better and better and better. One of the things I noticed last night, and he still does it, he still has a tendency to do it.
Roll
But at
to his
Alabama,
right.
At Alabama, he rolled to his right all the time. He didn't roll to his right very much in that first half. He went left, right up the middle, and burned them. I mean, over and over and over again.
What we always talk about doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. Turn a setback to a comeback, a negative to a positive. He's at Alabama. He's a
Persevere.
starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Everything's going great. They're playing the national championship game. He gets benched at halftime. And the true freshman from Hawaii comes in, and him and Devontae Smith light it up. They win the national championship, beat Georgia. The next year, Jalen did not transfer out. He did not quit. He did not complain.
That's exactly
He was
right.
the backup quarterback the whole year.
Yes.
And what happens? They get the SEC championship
Against Georgia.
and his Tua goes down.
Yeah.
And Jalen comes in, hero, scores the winning touchdown.
Absolutely.
SEC champs.
Yeah.
Got his degree from Alabama. Then, after a degree from Alabama, all you people saying he's not a Bama guy, a graduate from Alabama goes his last year while he could play and start to Oklahoma, which I will say developed him better than Alabama did throwing the
Nick
football.
Saban set that up.
No, Nick Saban told him, this is what I would do. There's
Exactly.
better
That's what
players.
I mean. That's what I mean.
But people think that Nick called. I don't think he did that at all.
Yeah.
He just let him know if these are schools. He told him what school he's thinking about. He said, well, I'd go where the best players are. And the other ones you mentioned, Oklahoma's got the best players.
Yeah.
And they were in the SEC.
Yeah.
And they were
Right.
not in the SEC.
Right.
Let me say it one more time. Nick said they're not in the SEC. So this is like a 30 for 30. This is like a Disney show. This is incredible.
What about the
Unbelievable.
kid who's the rookie that catches the interception, runs it to the house, and it's his birthday?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, it was his birthday.
Did you know that?
They said it.
Oh,
They
my
said
goodness.
Wildcat, did you know that? It was his birthday.
Yep. Because
Why
he
you got a
interviewed him
Bengals
at
shirt
the-
on for?
in the pre-show.
Why do you got that shirt on?
I'm just in the football spirit.
Yeah.
Next year, Bengals will be up
There
there.
you go.
Next
They'll
year.
be there. They got a
Next
quarterback to do it.
Yeah, if
But-
he stays.
Did you see how many people around the world now are watching the game?
Yeah.
That was crazy. I mean, it's really going on. And it only costs $8 million for a 30 or a minute.
Right, 30-second
8
commercial.
million?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
This was 59, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super Bowl 59.
59.
Yeah.
Anymore.
It's crazy. I mean, you got Australia over in Europe, Mexico, Canada, people from everybody. And we're going to ask Trump. We're getting rid of the penny. Did you see that? I think during the show, during the thing, he dropped the penny. So that's it. I'm done with him.
Yeah.
He's not having more pennies. I like that. But you think we could get Trump to go give us the Monday off, make that President's Day or something? Let's have a national holiday after the Super Bowl. We need to talk to him. Get him on the phone, Wildcat.
I'm doing it right now.
Either that or move the game to Saturday.
No, you can't do that.
What's that?
NFL day on Sunday.
Well, first we got to take care of this whole
NBA,
four-day work week thing. So that we can have Mondays
I want to
off.
ask Bill about that.
Oh,
How much
yeah?
time we got?
You got about 3 minutes.
Bill, you met Bill before. Bill is a former superintendent from the great state of Missouri, and he got this. Oh my God, he is an unbelievable man. His accomplishments are incredible. I think his biggest accomplishment is his wife. She knocked a home run. She's a gorgeous lady, sweet. How many years was she in education?
30 years.
30 years. Sue.
He taught PE, yeah. Sue
Yeah,
taught
Sue.
PE for 30 years.
Yeah, 30 years. That's
Like your
incredible.
wife, same,
Yeah.
cut from the same cloth. I swear.
Well, we'll talk during the break about that. But I want to ask you about this. Destin, our good friends over here, they're thinking about going Destin High School, not to elementary, but they're thinking about going to a 4-day week. We all got together and we were trying to help them out. You're going to do this. The day you want to be off is a Monday because Friday's such a big athletic day.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to, if the kids don't have school, a lot of times they don't come to the game. They don't come back to school to go to a game.
Mm-hmm.
So we would love them, if they do this, to have off Monday. But you've been a superintendent. It could save money, I guess, in power bills and things like that. What do you think about like a 4-day school week compared to a 5?
Well, what's the impetus?
That's what I ask.
I can't.
Like, so you're wasting your brain on another day? Come on.
All you educated people in Destin, they're speaking for themselves. I love you guys over there. I think it's great
I'll
to
say
outside the box.
I'll say
I
it.
mean,
Wait.
There's one doctor who used to do it the old-fashioned way. Now he does it with
wait,
robots.
yeah.
He thinks outside the box.
So now, so are there a bunch of snowflakes over there?
Y'all are being
I mean,
rude.
no,
Well,
I'm
no,
just
we're not.
saying.
Just to-
like,
just-
come on.
What
So you would never
We're
think
gonna-
about Missouri?
We're going to take a mental
to
day
have-
off. We're
take
taking
one
a
day
mental
off?
day off and not work Monday through Friday. Come on.
No, I really don't understand. Why are they even?
I didn't know it was going to
talking
attack
about
like
such
this. They're just thinking about doing it. I don't know. I think they would lengthen the day, but they would have one day off and maybe shut down, save money on power bills. I don't know. I'm just
They're going to
So,
lengthen the day and cut one out.
Yeah,
It lessens the odds of someone calling in sick because now you don't got to work for it.
absolutely.
Look at that.
Come on. Open your eyes.
Get more done for the community.
Listen,
Y'all are old school.
Come on now. We need to be mentally engaged every day. Every day.
You agree with
Doc,
us?
I'm not brain dead on Friday.
So you would never. They came to you and they said, "We want you to take. Let's go. Let's take Missouri Junior Selma High School in Missouri. We want to go Tuesday through Thursday. We need one day off. These kids can't handle this. We need to save money in our power. What would you say to them?
I'd say rubbish.
Okay, you heard it here first from a superintendent and a doctor.
I would say rubbish too. Listen, I'll tell any of them.
Well, do me
I
a
think
favor.
that's just bad.
Coach, I'm on your side on this one.
I just can't believe someone's thinking outside the box. I don't attack them. I don't make them feel
I didn't
stupid.
attack them.
I feel like I can have the recorder play back what you just said.
Okay.
We got to take a break. Let's talk about some of our great people. Chad, what's the best way? I'm getting all these appointments for you. They call me. I'm the middle person. What do they have to do besides call me to get an appointment with you?
Call Orthopedic Associates at 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com or robotmd.com.
Get out to the legend, and Bill loves this place. Him and Sue love this place. The legendary J. Michael's Restaurant on Thomas Drive. The best seafood, the coldest beer, the legendary J. Michael's. Every Wednesday, they have world-famous spaghetti. You'll absolutely love it. There's something about the sauce that's incredible. Only on Wednesday they do this. Now, the day's specials, red beans and rice at the legendary J. Michael's. For all your real estate closing, do what the elites do. The Mark Cowards of the world. He sells, over in Destin, he's selling on 38, he sells multi-million-dollar homes like they're candy. And what does he use? He won't go with anybody but Chuck Tucker. South Oak Title and Closing. Chuck Tucker's number one. His company's number one. Don't forget South Oak Title and Closing. Just like Stevenson Air Conditioning. We don't care if it's hot. We don't care if it's cold. We got Stevenson Air Conditioning. There we go. Hey, that rhyme. Was that okay? I thought it was pretty good. All right, we'll be right back with two negative young men that do not like 4 days a week. We'll be right back with Coach Jones. It's baseball season. It is Arnold Marlin Day. Be right back.
It's the ESPN Northwest Florida Hall of Arts Magic Express.
Hey, Jason.
Yeah.
Dude, are you ready to go on the ultimate road trip to see the Orlando Magic?
Well, hell yeah.
You won the Hall & Hearts Magic Express, dude. You're going.
Hell yeah. Let's do it.
Sponsored by PCB Hobby, Panama City Toyota, Hall & Hearts, and Fairfield Hampton Inn on Thomas, and Home 2 Suites. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Man, that's awesome. That's fantastic.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Monday. For this afternoon and evening, some sun and a high of 73 with a light breeze at 7 miles per hour out of the southwest. Tonight, mostly clouds with lows around 62. Tomorrow, slightly foggy in the morning followed by some clouds and a temperature near 71. Moving into Wednesday, about the same with a high of 74 and partly cloudy. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Dothan and Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus.
As a realtor, it's important who you choose as your title company. May we suggest South Oak Title? Their offices are modern, comfortable, and state-of-the-art. South Oak Title can close transactions in any location in Florida, Alabama, and Tennessee. Their free mobile app allows realtors to deliver a net sheet in seconds. They provide mobile closing services to accommodate buyers and sellers. Their offices are beautifully decorated, state-of-the-art, complete, safe, and secure. South Oak Title, creating a better title and closing experience through technology and tailored service. Visit them online at southoaktitle.com.
I'd like to introduce.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
Milk was a bad choice.
If I could just have your attention. 60% of the time, it works. Every time.
If anyone wants to switch jobs, let me know.
Live from the J. Michael Studio.
I have many leather-bound books.
At 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Feel free That's a good one, Philadelphia. I like. You know what? You're highly intelligent. Go Eagles. Roll Tide.
Didn't hear me do Steve Miller's Fly Like an Eagle.
That's pretty cool, man. All right, it's Monday. It's Arnold Day. Tuesday will be Tuesday will be Rutherford baseball with Coach Coffin. Today is Coach Jones and Arnold. Wednesday's Bay High School, Mosley, and Coach Lee will be Thursday. And Bozeman will be Coach Patton will be Friday. And North Bay Haven, I think we're going to have them come on. I'm working on South Walton, and I'm working also on North Bay Haven. We got him. All right, let's bring him on right now. This guy has done an incredible job. We didn't really accomplish much before he got to Arnold High School. He's turned into we're a powerhouse now. This could be a special year at Arnold. We got the head baseball coach, Coach Jones. Coach Jones, how you doing this morning, sir?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Thank you so much for spending time with us. I know you got a busy day today. Can you believe it's starting back? The regular season starts this week. I think it's flown by. Are you excited? You pumped up about it?
We're excited. It's the part of the year I look forward to the most. The fall kind of drags along for me because I like to compete, and we have a group of kids that like to compete. So we're anxious to get going. We're happy that it's finally here. We're happy that the snow melted and we get back on our field.
Snow melted.
All kinds of things happened this year that I hadn't seen much before around here. So
well, let me ask you this: are you glad we got you out of California and we got you in the state of Florida?
In general, we'll say yes. I'm trying to stay married. My wife still misses California instead of we.
Okay, I'll shut up then. I was gonna say a few things.
That's a good answer.
Professionally here has been outstanding. The support we get, and obviously the caliber of kids I get to work with on a daily basis is certainly something that has been a tremendous gift.
Yeah, we have a former superintendent from Missouri on this morning. Bill's with us, and we were just talking about how important athletics are. And you can't work at a school if you're a competitive coach if it's not important to the principal and the superintendent. Thank God we got two great here. But Brent Smith really, truly loves the kids. He loves the school. He loves athletics. And he hires you. He hired Griff. I mean, he's doing what he's got to do to get the best that we possibly can have here in Bay County and on Panama City Beach, and we're fortunate to have you as a coach. So talk about him for a second, him and Rick Green, the support you get from the administration over there.
Oh, they've been tremendous from day one. Even just the interview process years ago now, it seems. They were classy all the way, and Mr. Smith has been incredibly supportive of me and of the program, and like he said, he's in it for all the right reasons. He loves the kids. I mean, the school is his baby, kind of, and he does a tremendous job, and he gives everything that he can for the students and for their betterment, and it sets a culture on our campus that I think is really hard to match. We do a pretty good job there, and I think it's certainly a reflection of Mr. Smith and his leadership, and Coach Green has been great with athletics more specifically, and again, always very supportive and helps us do what we need to do. And we're trying to make the student athlete experience, the student experience, the best that we can. And I think that's our goal here. I mean, we want to win as much as we can. We're competitive, obviously, but it's about the experience and forming better graduates and hopefully better citizens in the future. And I think we do a pretty decent job of that at Arnold High School, just program-wide. I think it's a great place to be.
No doubt about that. Mr. McQueen, our superintendent, does an incredible job. He just like the other people you just talked about. Our school board members, Steve Mollis, all these guys do. Jerry, Coach, they all are wonderful people, and they care about sports also. I want to talk about this. As your coaching staff changed, the same people, give us the names of your assistant coaches.
It's the same people as last year. We've got myself is Ron Savage will help with varsity this year. Brian Normand and Dave Mellies. Mellies will run the JV, and we'll all kind of tag team the JV as we have in the past. So it's the same four as last year. Last year, Coach Savage ran the JV for us, and this year he's moved back up to varsity. He was a varsity assistant his first few years here, so he's come back to the varsity fold.
Well, I just keep your eye on Brian Norman. He's always around town telling everybody he's the secret to this success over there, but I don't want to get him in trouble. Anyway.
Well, it could be.
That's a good man. I love that guy. All right, let me ask you this. It takes more than, it takes 9 players. It takes the entire team. It takes everybody. But the talk, you got 2 unbelievable pitchers. Everybody knows who they are. Blair and Moss, they're going to Florida to play there, to pitch there. But it takes more than them two. Talk about this team. Do you have enough talent to do something special this year? What's your thought process on that?
Well, I certainly think we have the talent to have a great year and potentially do what we're trying to do, is win a state title. We try that every year. We've come up short, but we've made a pretty good run lately. We have a lot of guys returning from last year. Last year we had our best year. We lost in the regional final to South Walton, one step away from going to Fort Myers. And we have a lot of people returning. Certainly you mentioned Cooper Moss and Eli Blair are just premier pitchers at this level. They've certainly drawn a lot of interest, obviously at the college level, but also there's a lot of pro scouts following us around these days to watch what they're doing, and they deserve every bit of it. They're hard workers, they're great leaders, and they're very talented on the mound. We have a couple of the seniors that have been playing with us basically since their freshman year. There's Tank Austin Hendricks, who's an outfielder, a good bat for us, good speed, and then Josh Lindsay is our shortstop. Those 2 guys are both going to Gulf Coast State next year to play baseball. Nico Landavaza, another senior, he's going to a junior college at Pensacola, John Melvin Community College. So we have 5 seniors that have signed. We have a 6th senior that transferred in from South Walton, a catcher, and I think we'll probably be able to find a place for him to go next year. So I think the amount of talent that we have on the field is certainly sufficient to do what our goals are. It just depends on, sometimes how the ball bounces and whether it bounces off an umpire. But it depends on how we're going to be able to manufacture runs. I think our offense is once again going to be the focus of how far we go. We play a really good schedule, so it's hard to say that, we're a decent hitting team or whatever, but I think we're a pretty good hitting team that plays a tremendous schedule, and lately we get everybody's best pitcher. The last couple of years probably, I think when we play teams, for the most part, they throw their guy against us, and so it's not easy to hit at Arnold, and we have to find ways to score runs against some of the tremendous competition we get to play against day in and day out.
What about your team speed? I don't know how aggressive you are, but do you have enough speed to be aggressive on the bags if you choose to do so?
Yeah, we have 3 or 4 guys that I would call stolen base threats, legitimate stolen base threats. I mentioned 2 of them, Lindsay and Hendricks. They can both really run, and Josh Lindsay's really a kind of a terror on the bases. We like to be aggressive and run around a little bit. We're still working on that. We do have 4 or 5 sophomores that are going to be on varsity this year. 2 or 3 of them are going to be in the lineup or on the mound on a daily basis. So we got some learning to do at that level. So we have it's an interesting mix. We have 4 seniors that have been here for 4 years, and we have, like I said, about 4 sophomores who are trying to find their way into what we do and the way we do it. So I think as the year goes along, we'll get even more aggressive on the bases as people learn what we try and do. And we'll make mistakes and we'll run into outs, and that's part of the game. But hopefully by the time the games are really important in April and May, we'll be the right kind of aggressive that can put pressure on people and not just give away outs while we're at it.
Let me ask you this. We're getting ready to go have a break, but your district, who's in the district this year? Who do you got to compete with?
That's a good question. It's been a while since I looked. It's Rickards, Godby, and hold on. You got me. Wakulla. Sorry.
Okay.
So there's 4 of us in the district. So it's ourselves, Wakulla, Rickards, and Godby. So we were able to play Wakulla last year, last couple of years really in the postseason, until they stay with us. But a couple of the other teams moved out. You mentioned South Walton a while ago. They moved. Well, they're in 3A now. They're in a different classification than we are size-wise. So the regional championship game that happened last year is not. There's not going to be a repeat of that because we will both be competing in different classifications. So our district's a little bit different than it was. We don't have West Florida in there either. But that's where we are.
Real quick, who do we got this week? Who are you playing this week?
We're opening up on Thursday because we just got back from a preseason classic down at IMG. We played there Friday, Saturday. So we're not opening until Thursday, although today is technically the day we could open the season. Thursday we're home against Holmes County at 6:30. And then Saturday we're at Mosley at 12:30. We play Mosley Saturday and then next Tuesday this year because of the way the schedule got changed on us. We moved the schedule a couple weeks earlier, and they did it very late, in my opinion. So the scheduling was already made. We traditionally like to play Mosley later in the year and play them twice in the same week. So we both did the best we could to find dates, and it just turns out that it's basically 2 of our first 3 games are against Mosley, and then that'll be the last that we see them this year unless there's rainouts and we can play each other a third time. But that's sort of the way the schedule's worked out for us this year.
Okay, Saturday, is that game going to be played at your place or over at Mosley?
Saturday's at Mosley, and then next Tuesday is at our place, but Saturday is at Mosley.
And that's at 2:30?
12:30.
12:30. Okay, good. Coach, thank you so much for coming on. It went by quick. We'll have you on next Monday and talk about everything that's going on at Arnold Baseball. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for having me.
All right, bye-bye. Bill, we got probably the best group of baseball coaches we've ever had. I mean, we've got guys that won state championship. It's incredible. Baseball is huge here. We're known throughout the state of Florida about it used to be football. Now it's, I mean, truly it is. And they don't make the most money compared to the other sports. The unions gets involved and that kind of things like that. But there's so much pressure on these guys to win. Real quick before we take this break, where you were at, was it more football and the pressure on the coaches, or was it baseball, basketball, or the same?
The football is huge.
Yeah.
It's just huge. The district that I was in, we were repeat state champions 3 or 4 years in a row.
Wow.
And that's going back some years now. But
man, y'all must have had a really good coach.
Oh, we
you must have had a good doctor.
We had a coach who was we had a coach. I should probably say this, but he was pretty good at keeping kids eligible.
Yeah.
And we had some really excellent young people, and they needed that help, and that was okay.
All right, we get back. Bill's going to be with us this morning. Our special guest, Dr. King Solomon. He does an incredible job. And also, we got Mitchell in here. And Wildcat. My back's hurting already.
We're going to get him, Doc.
We're getting him. We try every Monday.
Bill, I'm glad you're here. My back won't hurt as much after the show. I mean, I'm usually carrying everything on Mondays.
No.
Yeah. Chad, what's the best way to get up with you?
Call Orthopedic Associates at 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com or robotmd.com.
Do you want to look better? Do you want to feel better? We can make that happen for you. Max Fit Sports Nutrition, 2 great locations, Pier Park, 23rd Street, and Jason will be in here tomorrow to visit with us. They're incredible. You know, everybody's going through this sickness. A lot of people are sick. They got something called the Immune you take down there. It's really good for you. Take it one day. If you do get sick, you get healthier quicker, and it helps you to not get sick. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Florida State, what's going on with the Seminoles? We'll ask Dr. Chad Mitchell when we get back. Be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida is taking it to the hole. Your home for the most live college basketball in the Gulf Coast. The ACC, SEC, and the biggest games in the country. Plus the official station of March Madness.
The Panhandle's destination for live play-by-play.
Hear every slam dunk in ultra-high fidelity right here.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
Krispy Kreme Donuts is helping you impress those really special folks this Valentine's Day with a new donut collection called Hearts in Bloom. It includes 4 new heart-shaped donuts in a custom flower bouquet box. Better and sweeter than flowers. Pick up a dozen or 2 today. Available only at Krispy Kreme Donut in front of HCA Hospital, 23rd Street, Panama City, and on the Ross Clark Circle in Dothan. Krispy Kreme Donuts since 1937. Krispy Kreme Donuts, where you get them hot.
Spring forward with real unlimited data from Straight Talk this tax season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. So you can stream games during Mad March hours, check the weather for April showers, and watch gardening videos about May flowers. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 4/15/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires purchase of single line Gold Unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Bonafide and qualified.
Live and local from the Jane Michael Studio.
Certified.
From the Sports Talk Monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Whoa, woo! Go Noles. Our FSU update is brought to you by Newbies. Again, Newbies have a great time. News 2 on the Curve last night. A lot of people there having a great time watching the Super Bowl 59. And you can listen to it, as you know, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. I hope you did. Bill, you're a big FSU guy. How did you get so in love with FSU?
I'll tell you what, my youngest son graduated from Florida State. We had nothing but a fantastic experience from the time he started as a freshman through graduate school. I mean, it's just outstanding folks. They have an international program where they have campuses overseas in Spain and England and Costa Rica, and he took part in the program in Spain.
Wow.
He's fluent in Spanish.
Wow.
Came back, finished up well. Works for United Healthcare in Florida.
But he grew up in Missouri, right?
That's exactly right.
Why Florida State?
Well, part of where we are, Sue is from Jacksonville.
Oh, okay. That's right.
So
that's right.
we've had connections with Florida, family connections for years. But he came down here visiting, and went out to Tallahassee and what have you, and
fell in love.
Honest to Pete. Then we went and we were so. I can't say enough about it. The lady that we dealt with, and I can't remember her name. I'm sorry. Handled the whole enrollment process so well, and then said, this was the topper, said, would you all like to come out and I can get you we'll take a private tour of the stadium.
Wow.
So I'm a newbie there. I do not know anything about the way it's set up. And we went outside, and I'm looking around at all, and they were fixing to get ready for a game and what have you. And it was so beautiful. It was so, they were so competent.
Yeah.
Really, really competent. We were sold.
Yeah. What year did he start at Florida State?
Well, let's see. He's been out for 2 years, so 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Right about.
I know you struggled. We would talk every Monday, and he'd be really upset this past year about FSU football. But you know what? Sometimes it happens.
It did happen. That's for sure.
Yeah. But I'm glad that they were very professional and they did a great job at Florida State for you. Now let's turn it over and hope for the best. Dr. Chad Mitchell on FSU. Brought to you by Newbies, by the way.
Is that all? Is that what you got?
Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
Anyway.
Your turn.
Just thought I'd mention the men's basketball team. They're at Wake Forest this week. That's on the 12th, so that should be Wednesday. They've had some time off after beating Notre Dame last week, 67-60, and obviously the news of Leonard Hamilton's retirement is still on everybody's mind.
Yeah.
So
great man.
That's what's going on in men's basketball. If we shift gears here to women's basketball, you had the number 22 Florida State Lady Seminoles, as I call them. They're now 19-5, 9-3 in the conference. They lost to the number 14 North Carolina State Wolfpack, 97-74 this weekend. The field goal percentage was much higher, obviously, for North Carolina State at 50%. The Lady Seminoles, 39.1%. Three-point percentage, even, 36.8 for both. Turnovers, FSU had more at 13 to North Carolina State's 8. And rebounds go to North Carolina State as well, 44 to FSU's 38. I thought we'd also look at the baseball schedule as baseball starts this week, and thought we'd just mention a couple of teams here. So looks like FSU starts off with James Madison on the 14th. That's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They've got James Madison for all of those games.
That's in Tallahassee? I think it is.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes, it is in Tallahassee. Yeah. And then they have USF in Tampa on Tuesday. Let's look at the softball. Women's softball started. In fact, when I was in Auburn this weekend, we drove by the Auburn Tigers playing softball. Gosh, it was like 11 in the morning, and they were out there playing. I mean, early game. Wow. So the Florida State softball team is now 4-1. They have a winning streak of 4. They lost initially to Oklahoma State. That was on last Thursday, 6-9. Then they've beaten the University of Northern Colorado 7-1. They beat Louisiana Tech 6-3, and Louisiana Tech in the second game 9-1. That was in 5 innings. And then also beat Oklahoma State on Saturday 8-0 in 5 innings. And they have the University of Missouri up next.
Missouri. All right.
This is Thursday, February 13th.
Well, are you going to go?
No.
Where's the game played at? Missouri or here? Probably here.
Hold on just a second. I'll have to pull it back.
Still too close.
Clearwater, Florida.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Okay.
It's the Eddie C. Moore Complex in Clearwater.
Yeah. But I wanted to ask you, did you get an opportunity to go many Florida State football games when your son was looking to go there, or have you got to go any since he went to Florida State?
I tell you what, we didn't go into, excuse me, we didn't go to a lot of games prior to the time he went there. We did go to the games once he went, 3 or 4. I mean, not we weren't there every single weekend or anything, but it was they were having trouble. That was, I'm trying to think, Willie Taggart was the coach. When we came in, and it was a struggle. I mean, we had some situations.
So you didn't see it when it was rocking and when it's been unbelievable atmosphere.
No,
it was when Bobby Bowden was there.
No.
It was a different world.
Obviously, we're aware of him and what it was like.
Yeah, I mean when I know what you're talking about. That wasn't even like Florida State football. I remember that. People leaving and...
Well, what I recall was the first game we played Boise State.
Yeah.
And we were winning. And then we weren't.
What is your take on FSU next year? All the new transfers that are coming in, the switch in the offensive coordinators, defense, everything's been changed up. Gut smells on now. The offensive coordinator. Are you expecting a turnaround? That first game against the Alabama Crimson Tide. What do you think about that one? Both coaches have to win that game.
I'm going to have to talk to my official information lady, Pat Middlebrook.
Yeah,
She knows more about Alabama football than anybody I've ever met.
That's where I get all my information.
Oh, I tell you, you do.
Yeah, she lets me know what's going on with the coaching staff and everything. It's incredible.
So according to 247 Sports, Florida State's now jumped to Auburn. They've got 7 4-stars through the former 4-stars through the portal. Yeah. And then 9 3-stars, whereas Auburn's right below them with 6 and 8. Wow. So FSU, FSU did that last year, right? I mean, it all depends on how they play together. But
do we still have that portal thing going?
Oh yeah,
it's not going away.
It's a mess, man. Yeah. It's a mess.
Hard to predict anything.
Yeah, it really is. You just like, you used to know you have a good ball club because of signing day because they couldn't leave. They were there. And now there's no telling what's going to happen. But we'll keep talking about it because it's something gives us something to do.
Well, that's true.
But seriously, that first game, DeBoer's on the hot seat, man. The way Alabama finished the last 3 games, Oklahoma, now Auburn they won, but the fight, the kids not listening to him, the lack of discipline showed. And then the Michigan game, they didn't show up playing Michigan's second team, their JV team more or less, because most of their players didn't play in the game. And Alabama looked pathetic. So he's got to win that game in Tallahassee. In Tallahassee, Norvell needs to win that game big. It's going to be a huge football game. Yeah. Are you going to try to go to it?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I got a doctor's got a lot of pool.
Really?
Add 2 more tickets to your list, Chad. You owe me.
It'd be great.
You owe me.
We're going to get tunnel passes.
Wow. I don't think we can get that. All right, FSU's been brought, good job. FSU update's been brought to you by Newbies. 4 great, not 3, but 4 great locations. New was in St. Andrews. It's a beautiful blue facility over there. The building's blue. It's actually a great place to have a great time. You don't have to come across the bridge. But if you want to, head on down to Newbies 2 on the Curb, watch all what's going on, college basketball. Then head on down to the mothership and listen to the best bands in the Southeast every Friday and Saturday night. Get out to Newbies and tell them Coach sent you. We appreciate you doing that. Get out to Paparazzi. We had Paparazzi yesterday. The girls came over. My son, his beautiful wife, Mariah, they came over and we went and got they love Paparazzi Pizza. We got the pizza. We had a wonderful time watching the Super Bowl 59. And those Alabama boys got it done. Jalen's a Bama boy. All you Oklahoma fans, look at the degree. He's from Alabama. And I'll talk more about Bama later. But anyway, Chad, again, he's incredible. People come from everywhere to be operating this guy. He's a legend. He can do it the old-fashioned way by his hands, or he can use the robots. He's incredible. The guy is unbelievable. And, Chad, the best way to get up with you again?
Call Orthopedic Associates at 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com or robotmd.com.
Turf Pro Pest Control. Do you want that yard look absolutely beautiful? We can make it happen. Call Patrick. His crew come out. They'll put up a game plan. They'll execute it perfectly. Your yard will look absolutely beautiful. Turf Pro Pest Control, number 1. I hope Pat's going to be in here today around 8:30. He's been under the weather. Hope you're feeling better, Pat. Hope you'll be here. We'll be right back. 104.3. Chad Mitchell, Big Bill, Little Wildcat. We get back. Let's talk a little bit about the Florida Gators. We'll be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida, available on all your devices.
Connected.
Hear your favorite sports talk hosts.
On the Coach James Hale Show. You're listening to the Inside Drive live. The afternoon underdog.
And your favorite teams.
Braves winning!
We're live on the app. Tune in, Alexa, ESPNPC.com, Facebook, YouTube, and in your car at 101.9 and 104.3. Wherever you go, there we are. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Monday. For this afternoon and evening, some sun and a high of 73 with a light breeze at 7 miles per hour out of the southwest. Tonight, mostly clouds with lows around 62. Tomorrow, slightly foggy in the morning followed by some clouds and a temperature near 71. Moving into Wednesday, about the same with a high of 74 and partly cloudy. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
As a realtor, it's important who you choose as your title company. May we suggest South Oak Title? Their offices are modern, comfortable, and state-of-the-art. South Oak Title can close transactions in any location in Florida, Alabama, and Tennessee. Their free mobile app allows realtors to deliver a net sheet in seconds. They provide mobile closing services to accommodate buyers and sellers. Their offices are beautifully decorated, state-of-the-art, complete, safe, and secure. South Oak Title, creating a better title and closing experience through technology and tailored service. Visit them online at southoaktitle.com.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
Want to know the inside scoop on your favorite teams? From the gridiron to the hardwood to the diamond. For comprehensive sports coverage, it's ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio.
Go Gators. Not a Gator. You're a Gator hater.
Gator bait.
Or Gator bait, whatever you want to be. All right, let's talk about the Florida game. But before we do that, I got a text here. Ask Mr. Bill why his son did not consider a beautiful place like Gainesville and a wonderful school, Florida.
Well, he did. He said he went to both places. He liked them both.
Okay.
But could be that he may not have been able to get into Florida.
You know, I didn't want to say that. I mean, I know I've talked to you a lot, your wife. I didn't want to say anything, but maybe you could though. We don't know.
Well,
or do we?
All I know is he's doing very nicely here in Florida.
Yeah.
Now.
But did y'all like Gainesville when you were down? You got Florida people listening. You got Florida State.
Absolutely like it. What's not to like? There's beautiful. The campuses are gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, whatever. You anything else you want to say good about Florida? They were in the SEC too. I mean, you're an ACC guy.
No, I'm really an SEC guy.
Yeah,
with Missouri,
especially from Missouri.
I want, you know.
Well, let me ask you this: what happened to Missouri? Did he not? When he just wanted to get out of state?
What happened? Why did he went to the SEC?
No. Why did your son not want to go to Missouri?
No,
he wanted to get out of state, get out of the weather.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't.
Absolutely,
I get it.
My older son, went to Missouri State.
Oh, okay.
So it was nothing against Missouri. He just liked Florida.
Yeah. Somebody text, could he get in Florida? All right, let's get into Dr. Chad Mitchell and his Florida Gator update. SEC. What you got? Hey, I tell you what, he's a Gator fan now. They love you in Gainesville. They saw you over there in court.
I'm sure they do.
Were you pulling for Florida or Auburn?
I was pulling for Auburn because my wife's Auburn fan. Everybody knows I'm an Alabama fan. I'll just make sure that clarify that.
Yeah.
But just to let you know, I had the most fun experience. My wife got the VIP pass, and anybody can do it. Listen, if an Alabama fan can get an Auburn VIP pass, anybody can do it, right? So anyway, I get to stand right there at the tunnel where the players come out. I was literally standing where Bruce Pearl stood all game.
Wow.
I mean, you're right there on the bench sideline, right there where they come out. Class act. I got video of it. If you want to, those of you that have a connection to me on Facebook can look for that video there. But what a lot of fun. Yeah. I mean, and that was a great way to start the game.
It was so exciting at the beginning.
Yeah, so here's number 6 Florida coming in to play Auburn. And, of course, Florida's had a little bit of ups and downs. They beat Tennessee, then they come back and they get walloped by Tennessee. And I think Auburn may have been caught off guard a little bit. Of course, Florida played Auburn good last year as well. But the Florida Gators are now 20-3, 7-3 in the conference. And they beat the number 1 in the country, Auburn Tigers, who are 21-2 and 9-1 in the conference, 90-81. And I can tell you what I think was the difference in the game. I mean, Auburn jumped out to this lead, and I thought, here we go. Auburn's just going to wipe the floor with them, right?
I was thinking the same thing.
And I'm watching it, and then all of a sudden, you could see the shift in Florida's defense. It was palpable. Everybody's pressing the 3-point line, right? They're really not letting anybody get inside. Janai Broome was able to get in there, and I think he had like 19 points. I'll have to look that up here in a minute. But most of what he was putting up wasn't getting in the basket.
Yeah.
And that's where Auburn had a hard time. If Auburn would have, if the ball would have fallen in the basket, of course that's basketball, right? Stating the obvious. But, I mean, there are a lot of times where you're going, how did that not go in? How did that not go in? That's how it was for Auburn.
Yeah.
For Florida, oh, my goodness.
They were killing
critical threes when they needed to. And when you look at the shooting percentages, it doesn't seem that much off, but that's not what the game felt like. What the game felt like was, man, Florida just, can't be beat right now, that moment in time. But anyway, let's talk about some of the stats. So when you look at the field goal percentage, it was advantage Florida, 48.4 to Auburn's 42.9. 3-point percentage, I thought it was much more off than this, but it wasn't. But it's advantage Florida, 39.4% to 31.8% for Auburn. And turnovers, I don't know. It just seemed to me like it was more lopsided than this. But Florida had 12 turnovers and Auburn 8. I thought that would have been reversed based on what I was seeing. But, it's about the definition of a turnover, right? And Auburn was doing other things to give the ball away. And then rebounds were even, 40-40, although the middle of the game, Florida was out-rebounding Auburn. Auburn started picking it up towards the end of the game, but Florida was taking it to them. And guys off the bench, this number 10, let's see if I can find his name. This Thomas Hale off the bench for the Gators, I mean, he scored 16 points. Wow. And I was telling Ada, that number 10, they can't be leaving him like that. I get he's a bench player, but he's hitting them. Yeah. I mean, he was hitting everything, driving to the basket. Florida just had a great game plan.
Well, he worked for Bruce Pearl. Bruce Pearl's son and the head basketball coach, Florida, are best friends. So he knows Auburn inside out. He knows what to do.
And Florida's got a great team. Their bench excelled. And then, people are wondering, well, gosh, what happened to us against Tennessee?
Bill, explain this to me. And Chad, Florida goes to Gainesville. Florida goes up to Knoxville, gets embarrassed by Tennessee. Then they go on the road again and play the number one team in the country at Auburn, and they look unbeatable. So how can you play one way one week? You know what I'm saying? I thought to be more consistent.
Well, basketball's a little like that.
It is.
Depending on what scheme, how people are feeling.
Hot.
Who's hot, exactly. And you could tell, the Florida players were hot. The Auburn players were off. They weren't their usual shooting team. And, usually they can pass it to each other and make the basket. They just weren't going in. That's just the way to say it.
A lot of times they start draining those 3-pointers.
Yeah. And when you get on a run,
and that's what Florida did.
That's what Florida did, especially at the end of the game.
They were down, they come back, and then they really pulled ahead. Mm-hmm. And then Auburn fought their way back.
Yeah.
And just didn't.
And just didn't have enough to get.
And we've been talking all week about this Saturday, Alabama, Auburn playing the Iron Bowl. We were talking about if they both can get there, there's a shot they both could be ranked 1 and 2.
Right.
And Alabama won at Arkansas. Auburn loses at home versus Florida.
Duke lost.
And then Alabama's got a game this week before Saturday. So we're not sure what's going to happen.
Yeah, you never know.
But as the rankings come out yet.
But they're in the tournament. That's the one thing you can say.
It still could be 1 versus 2, though.
Sure.
Alabama might be ranked number 1 AP poll. I haven't looked yet if they're up there yet or not. So, Well, did you have a good time?
Oh, I had a great time. Yeah,
we'll talk more about that when we get to Auburn.
My wife wasn't too happy about them losing, but we sat there. People were leaving with 2 or 3 minutes to go.
They're not used to seeing Auburn play like that.
I guess, but I thought they were still in it. 9-point, deficit. One time earlier in the year, Auburn in 40 seconds won a game down 9.
Who looked more physical? Who looked?
Florida looked. Well, let's see. Auburn looked bigger. Auburn looked the part of a number 1 college basketball team.
Yeah.
Florida was more physical than they were. Scrappy.
Yeah.
Just really took it to them. I can't give Florida enough credit. I think Bruce Pearl did too. All right. Definitely knew what they were doing.
Go Gators. Gator gets it done. They beat the number 1 team in the country on the road. Great job. I want some jewelry. We know special days coming up here this Friday, the 14th. I know Bill would probably want to go down there and get me a necklace or something. What's the best place to go if we're going to get something fine jewelry? Where are we going to go?
Yeah, Bill, I want you to go on to David Adamson Designer Jewelry. They coach a choker chain. Wait, out of titanium. But no matter what you want, Valentine's Day is just right around the corner.
John PetSmart sells those.
That's a good thing. That's an idea. David Adams, designer jewelry.
I was telling Bill how professional we are here. You really enjoy it. I wish now I would have invited him.
How much love is in the air.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. David Adamson, designer jewelry, Highway 77, right there in Lynn Haven. If you can dream it up, they can design it for you. I have a very customized piece of my own that I've wanted for years and years and years. I'm very proud of it. They did an excellent job for me. They can do an excellent job for you. David Adamson, designer jewelry, Highway 77 in Lynn Haven.
Well, I tell you what, when you're over Lynn Haven, head on down to Beef O'Brady's over in Lynn Haven. I tell you, Pat Pernell's the city commissioner of Lynn Haven. He also owns Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. They do a great job. They sold some wings this week, buddy. They had a great deal going on there for Super Bowl Sunday. They did a really good job. The food's incredible. Their wings are outstanding.
But there's not a chicken anywhere with any wings.
I felt bad for those chickens, man. I tell you what, Beef O'Brady's Lynn Haven. Don't forget now, Wednesday, get 10 big, huge wings and a side for $9.99, and they got the 10 for 10 going on. They got a great menu over there. Beef O'Brady's, Lynn Haven. Go check it out. And historical downtown Panama City, the local 115. It's a new sports themed oyster bar. Nothing fried, kind of a healthier option for lunch and dinner. They had a good crowd there for the Super Bowl. Oysters, crab cakes, steamed seafood, gumbo soup, salads, wings, ice cold beer. Try the Tommy Oliver draft beer. It's pretty good. Go check it out. We think you'll love it. The legendary Vandegrift family, their beautiful son, his family, and his partners started this new sports theme. It's like being in a museum. They got all the coaches, pitchers, players, rosters. It's incredible. If you go on to any school in Bay County, you need to go check it out. You're probably on the wall somewhere. We'll be right back. 104.3. We get back. We got the Alabama Crimson Tide. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's here. The 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida app version 2.0. Now featuring ultra high fidelity. You'll feel like you're in the game. More opportunities to win weekly prizes from local businesses when you click it to win it. Download the 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida app today at Google Play or the Apple Store.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Monday. For this afternoon and evening, some sun and a high of 73 with a light breeze at 7 miles per hour out of the southwest. Tonight, mostly clouds with lows around 62. Tomorrow, slightly foggy in the morning followed by some clouds and a temperature near 71. Moving into Wednesday, about the same with a high of 74 and partly cloudy. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
WPLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Lynn Haven. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Take your next adventure at an award-winning Kia from Bill Bird Kia. Discover the new Kia. We invite you to stop by Bill Bird Kia and test drive the new 2025 Kia. You'll get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. The 2025 Kia SUV family has movement that inspires. Drive away today in a new 2025 Kia Soul, Seltos, Sportage, Sorento, or Telluride. Fuel the thrill and command the road in the luxury of a 2025 Kia K5 sedan from Bill Bird Kia. Performance, power, and design built for you. Spark inspiration in the all-electric 2025 EV9. It's a modern masterpiece, fast charging, rugged, and roomy. Bill Bird Kia is the original home for that 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by 2435 East 15th Street, Panama City, or anytime at BillBirdKia.PanamaCity.com. We'll treat you like family and give you the peace of mind you can trust. Your local community dealer is Bill Bird Kia.
He has a really low passenger rating on Uber. He punched a magician and started a petition to remove the penny from circulation.
I'd like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael studio.
Is he sane? I have no idea.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Can we see?
Roll Tide. right. Whoa. Alabama update brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. Somebody got on my computer and it's got the wrong thing.
Yes.
All right, somebody.
Wait, it's your computer.
I didn't see anybody touch it. I could be wrong.
Take that, Coach.
One of your granddaughters, was it?
No, I don't know what's going on with this thing. Anyway, Alabama update is brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. If you have any problems staying warm, staying cool in the summer, you know you got to go with Stevenson Air Conditioning. In winter, you better go with Stevenson Air Conditioning. They do an incredible job. Local company, locals taking care of locals throughout the Panhandle of Florida. I can't say enough good things about Stevenson Air Conditioning. They are incredible. There's no doubt about that. Anyway, my computer is not working.
I guess we'll just move on to the Auburn update.
That won't help that either. I tell you what, let's just take the rest of the day off. We appreciate you listening today.
You want to take Mondays off anyway? Yeah. You only want to work Tuesday through Friday.
Let's go.
Isn't that how we started the show?
Yeah, I was just going to say, didn't we talk about schools shutting down one day a week or something?
I think we should do that radio.
Maybe that was Coach.
I think we should work
John,
one day a week.
John, there's a bottle over there. It says Aerosol. Get it in here. We give him one.
Anyway, I'm really upset about something right now, but
no.
I shall shut up. All right, Alabama update. Let's talk about this. There was a kid that came down. Yeah. He plays for the Cowboys. He played for Penn State, and he was friends with Derrick Henry. Of course, Derrick Henry of the Ravens. Anyway, they do a podcast and they interview the guy. He chose Penn State over Alabama. Both schools wanted him. Obviously, they wanted him really bad. He said he was down. He said, there's no way in hell, this is his words, not mine, there's no way in hell I could survive at Alabama. Again, I'll tell you the God's honest truth. I went to Bama for 4 days. It was like down south. I'm from the north. It was hot. It was really hot. And the way they worked, he said they were in the trenches. They're working their tails off. I said, my God, I really, truly don't know if I could make doing that kind of work and that kind of heat. I'm glad I went to Penn State. But he went on about the way Nick Saban, the way they ran to practice, the way they did the summer workouts. He said it was incredible. There's a reason Bama was so good all those years. They worked extremely hard. And I really knew, I felt best with me being a northern boy to get up north where it's not so hot. He said, but I got to give a lot of credit, and I think a lot about those people in Tuscaloosa, the work they put in, the work ethic they have. They got what they deserve there. All those championships, it came with all that hard work. This is what he said, Bama ain't Derek, Bama ain't for everybody. And he goes, you know what? Penn State is called Happy Valley, and I'm glad I went to Happy Valley.
I heard that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Basketball, Alabama got it done. They might be. Look up, see if the AP basketball polls up real quick. I can't get mine working.
Isn't it tomorrow?
Does it?
I'll look for it.
Yeah, it could be today. I think it is today. Maybe later today. But anyway, Alabama might be the number one basketball team in the country, AP poll. Now, CBS
changed.
CBS came out with theirs already. Auburn stayed at number one. Even with the loss, Auburn stayed at one.
And I agree with that, actually.
And Alabama jumped up, I believe,
because they've only got 2 losses.
Yeah.
Auburn has 2 losses. Bama has, 3?
Yeah.
So, and now Duke has 3.
Well, when Bama lost to Vandy, should they have stayed number one? I mean, I'm just saying. To listen to you, they should have stayed at number one. You lose, you stay where you're at. Great job. Alabama this week. Can they get by Texas? Tuesday, February 11th at 8 o'clock, Alabama will play the Texas Longhorns. If they win that one, this game is going to be big regardless. But if they can win that one, the Iron Bowl is going to be unbelievable big, huge. Saturday, February 15th, 3 o'clock tip-off, and the Coliseum there on Tuscaloosa. I cannot wait for this basketball game. I looked at tickets. They had one of them they had 2, and I think they were sold. They were on like $265, so that wasn't that bad.
Look at Bama's last few games here. Number 1, the Texas to start, I guess. Then number 1 Auburn on the weekend. Number 15 Missouri. Number 14 Kentucky. Number 22 Mississippi State. Number 4 Tennessee. Number 6 Florida. And then last game of the season, number 1 Auburn. Yeah. That's a tough schedule.
It is a brutal schedule.
Yeah, it's a brutal schedule. You'll be ready for the tournament. You get through all those.
That's what I'm saying. It's hard to get through it.
Are they in Columbia for that game?
Yeah. I think the Missouri game's on the road. Look it up. I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. Because they got Auburn at home Saturday.
At
Missouri.
Okay.
Yeah. And Missouri's,
Hey, they could-
any night
they could
could
rise
beat
up.
anybody.
They could rise
We
up.
thought Missouri coming to the SEC was really going to help our basketball. And they were really strong before they came to the SEC, and they've had good years and some.
Well, they're
not so good.
rebuilding. I mean, they're still rebuilding, but they've got a good thing going right now.
Yeah, Alabama moves to 9-1 in the SEC. Over at home, but now listen to at home. Bama's 10-1. Chad, don't go to the game. On the road, Alabama's 7-1. Neutral sites, Alabama's 3-1.
Even if I wear Auburn hat?
Well, hey, you wear Auburn stuff all the time. I see the pictures to prove it.
And they lose.
All right, can you guys tell me Super Bowl appearances by schools? I'm talking about college alumni playing in Super Bowls. What school leads the nation? What university has the most of their alumni played in a Super Bowl game? It is a powerhouse football team.
It's got to be Alabama since we're on the Alabama update.
Wrong.
No. Really? I'd have said Alabama also.
No. Who else? Give me a name. It's power. Come on, think.
Ohio State.
No.
Michigan.
Yes, thank you. Michigan has 130
Really?
former players. You got to remember now, they played, well, they've only had 59, so never mind. I was getting ready to make an excuse for Alabama. But now Michigan's had 130 players play in a Super Bowl. That's the number one. And they got more wins than the other team in college football, too.
Is anybody even close to that?
Yes. Who's second?
Oh, okay. We're going to find out.
Penn State.
They're number 4. They have 120 players. Who is number 2 and number 3?
Got to be Alabama.
Tennessee.
Florida.
No. Florida didn't make the top 10.
Who am I missing?
They're in the state of Florida.
It's got to be.
They're in the state of Florida.
Oh, FSU? Oh, Miami.
2-hour show.
Miami
Hurricanes. Remember all those great players?
No,
right.
wait a minute.
Yeah,
You're
great
saying there's
players.
no TV coverage
Great.
down there.
125 players have graduated that played in the Super Bowl from Miami. Who's number 3? They used to be a superpower. They just joined the Big Ten. They're a blue blood.
Oklahoma? I don't know.
Just joined the Big Ten. They got a running back that's a killer. I mean, this guy can play. He's sharp. O.J. Simpson.
USC?
USC.
Yeah, that makes sense.
USC. They're
It's
right
more old
behind my.
school.
Yeah, that's what you got to think about. The last.
Yeah, you gotta think
59.
way
They've
back.
kind of fallen off the radar.
I couldn't believe this. UCLA came in number 5 with 114. I didn't think they'd be that high. Georgia was 6 with 112. I thought they would be higher. LSU per capita was out of the sight, but overall they're 109, tied with Notre Dame at 7th. And Tennessee, you did have Tennessee mentioned. They didn't make the top 10. They are coming at number 9 with 106. And who is number 10? Anybody have a clue who number 10? Wildcat, who's number 10?
I have no idea.
Nebraska.
Oh, I knew that all.
Wow.
Wow, that's going back.
That's going way back.
Well, you got to go back 59 years. They've been 59 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
All right, SEC football. SEC made $808,400,000 in the between 2023-2024 financial year. Each school, on average, brought in $52.5 million. I know Missouri's glad to be in the SEC.
Yeah, truly.
I'd like to have a check for $52.5 million.
Wow.
Now, they did not.
What's even better is they're competing.
Yeah, they
really are.
they've been to the SEC championship game.
Yeah.
Pinkel's his name.
yeah.
He was a really good coach. Him and Saban worked together. Texas and Oklahoma, Chad, they did not get the same amount as the rest of the schools. They've only been in it for one football. They haven't been a whole year in the SEC. That's the main reason. They got a check for $27.5 million. Don't feel
not too
sorry
bad.
for Texas and Oklahoma. They got plenty of money. No doubt about that. The SEC, before this year, they made not $808 million. They made $741 million, so they made more money. Each school the previous year made $51.3 million. This year they're making $52.5. And a lot of these schools are lost money. I don't know, it's the NIL. I know at Alabama they had to pay off all the Saban's coaches. Some were on 3-year contracts and then buy out. But DeBoer's contract at Washington had to buy that out and then pay for the new coaches. So they spent a lot of money. Now, Auburn, it doesn't really matter to them. They don't like it. They'll get rid of it and they'll pay it out. They're paying Gus. They're paying Harsin. They're playing Chad Mitchell not to come to any more games. But anyway, I had a lot more. I wanted to talk about.
I get an NIL deal like that where I can get paid to not go to a game.
I like where this is going. 4-day work week.
Yeah.
Getting paid for
not going to the game.
Yeah. I may want to reevaluate my original response.
How much time we got?
2 minutes.
All right, I don't have enough time. I'll do this a little bit later. All right, we'll get back. We talk about the Auburn Tiger and Chad Mitchell's trip to the beautiful place, the beautiful village at Auburn. Unbelievable atmosphere. The beginning of the game, anyway. What a great basketball game to go watch Auburn lose. Great job, Chad Mitchell. He wouldn't have win.
Dr. Chad Jinx Mitchell.
Yeah. Do you see what I said on Facebook? You see what I said on Facebook?
I didn't yet.
Don't look. Wait till you get out of
We'll have to read it, John.
Wait till you get out
on him already.
Yeah.
Hey, get out to, seriously, if you have any problem, your power bill's going through the roof. You can't afford it. Your house won't get cool. It won't get warm in the winters. Don't waste your money anymore on a power bill. Call Stevenson Air Conditioning. They're going to come out. They're going to go through everything and tell you how to save money in a power bill. It could be you have a crack in a door, a window, any kind of things. Then they service your unit. It works better. It runs better. And it saves you money on your power bill. Stevenson Air Conditioning, #1, not even close. They're incredible. Also, don't forget about J. Michael's Restaurant, Thomas Drive. The best seafood, the coldest beer, the legendary J. Michael's. And the man, the myth, the legend, Dr. Chad Mitchell. He can do it both ways. He can do it all kind of ways, I've heard. Hands, machines, you name it. Robotic. The guy's incredible. The legendary Chad Mitchell. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Set your alarm clock to wake up with the Coach Hale Show on ESPN Northwest Florida. In-depth local and college sports from expert insiders and a dash of controversy.
Can be deadly.
Weekday mornings 7 to 9.
Nothing says good morning like a drunken human alarm clock.
We're live from the J. Michael studio.
We all know he loves the Florida Gators, but that's okay.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
I can control the world.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Monday. For this afternoon and evening, some sun and a high of 73 with a light breeze at 7 miles per hour out of the southwest. Tonight, mostly clouds with lows around 62. Tomorrow, slightly foggy in the morning followed by some clouds and a temperature near 71. Moving into Wednesday, about the same with a high of 74 and partly cloudy. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Introducing Lucid Stream TV. Get over 2,000 live streaming channels. Catch every game of the season with over 100 sports networks, including ESPN, ESPN Plus, the NFL Network, and Red Zone. Even pay-per-view events. Watch local network channels from most major markets throughout the country. Fox, ABC, CBS, and NBC. It's more than sports. Lucid Stream TV offers premium movie channels like HBO, Cinemax, Stars, 200-plus entertainment and news networks, or watch 10,000 movies on demand, including recent theater releases. Just $42 a month when you use the promo code ESPNNW at checkout. Watch on up to 5 devices at the same time. Perfect for sharing with family and friends. Lucid Stream TV gives you everything you want for less. Cut the cord, not the fun. To score Lucid Stream TV, go to ESPNPC.com and click on the Lucid Stream TV logo.
And here we go. The #1 SEC call-in show is now twice as big. The Paul Feinbaum Show. Weekday evening 6 to 10. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
What? Eagle! Hey, Martha, Kenny, James, Bill, Sue, all you Auburn Tigers out there in the panhandle of Florida. War damn Eagle, baby. Hey, we'll be back. We'll get it back. It doesn't happen to you. It happens for you. We're going to turn a setback to a comeback, a negative to a positive. All we got to do is keep Chad Mitchell out of the arena. We'll be in great shape. Auburn goes down to the Florida Gators 81-90. Auburn now is 9-1 in the SEC. They're now 10-1 at home, thanks to Chad. They're 21-2 overall, 5-1 on the road, 6-0 neutral sites. Tuesday, Vandy, 6 o'clock on the SEC Network, and then Saturday, the big one, the Iron Bowl of basketball, 3 o'clock on you listen to it right here on ESPN Northwest Florida, I think. All right. Auburn was number one. They're not anymore. Thank you, Chad.
We don't know yet. We're waiting on the poll to come out.
They were the number one.
Really? You think they're going?
They could stay, like he said, because Duke lost. But at Bama, I think Bama.
Auburn's lost to Duke, who just lost to Clemson, who was number. Duke was number 2, and Florida number 6. I think you keep your number 1 ranking. Yeah. You've only lost 2 games,
and
it's the 2 top 10 teams.
I think you're right.
I think you keep
your
ranking.
Bill, let me ask you this: if you're number 1 in the nation in football and you lose to Vandy, you don't. So you stay at number 1. Is that what I'm hearing you say?
Well, Vandy wasn't in the top 10. In fact, Vandy wasn't even in the top 25.
Good point. I like that comeback. That was well thought out. That was intelligent.
Just because that's what I was worried about.
Factual. That was very good. I'm impressed. I'm telling you. I'm with you.
You just found out a bunch of rubbish.
Tell him.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
All you Destin people, turn it off.
I knew it. Like I told you, I get credit for things I say and things
what you
I
didn't
say.
You get
I did say that.
With him here.
Yeah. That's all right.
What was the trip like? Tell us where you stayed at. Give us the rundown. What was it like going to
First off, y'all know, I'm an Alabama fan. Most people know that, but my wife is a rabid, and when I say rabid Auburn fan, she can be kind of obnoxious sometimes. Sometimes I have to walk off. But
kind of like an Alabama fan.
My family's from that region. I have a brother that lives there just outside of the Opelika, Auburn area. We used to go to eat at restaurants there, just have a lot involved. And my parents had a house on the Alabama side of the Chattahoochee River that was close nearby there. So just understand, it's like going home for me in some ways. Anyway, we stayed at the Graduate, which is a new hotel there. I guess it replaced the old Anders bookstore, is the way my wife put it. Anyway, and from there, it was Auburn themed. Hotel, got Bo's Beans is the name of the little coffee shop there that's got these little number 34 banners on the back of the bar stools, and and then the wallpaper, it had various themes of different things that have gone on at Auburn through the years and all that. That was the wallpaper.
Was it packed out?
That hotel, yes, it was packed out. And, they even had this little thing of toilet paper that had this little wrap around it, the extra thing of toilet paper, and it said Toomer's Corner on it, right?
Oh, cool. Yeah.
You know what I use that for?
To
go to the bathroom.
Kind of walls you down the line there.
We didn't go to Toomer's Corner.
Thank you, Chad. That's good. This is good.
Kind of walls you down.
Make sure you record this one, okay, and review it. Get that one. That's good. That's good. That's good. I thought that was to go down the roll of the tree.
Yeah, right. But they lost.
Yeah, okay.
It's like asking him somebody's name,
Exactly.
And he gives you the wrong name.
No, do you know the traditions at Auburn?
All the time. What's that? No.
Do you know the tradition when you win a big game, football, basketball, whatever, you take the toilet paper and you roll the trees. There's a place they do it.
Yeah. And so Toomer's Corner,
that's what they usually give it out for.
Literally is on. It's across the street, but on the block.
Right.
And so for Auburn fans, the Graduate is a great place to stay. Great place. Convenient to everything. Toomer's Corner's right there. So if you're coming back from a football game or basketball game.
Was there some good restaurants down there?
Oh, yeah. All kind of restaurants. In fact, the Supper Club, and I don't know if you remember the Supper Club that was out. I remember it being out near
Coach
the interstate
Dye,
or
right?
whatever. It's actually now moved to the top of the Graduate.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of people were coming in to the hotel to go up to the 5th floor to the Supper Club, and it's a view from up top. Just a class act. Just doing that's a lot of fun.
Did people get in the game early?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
you got to go down on the court.
Yeah, I got to go down on the court. My wife bought VIP passes. It was kind of interesting because, I'm an Alabama fan, and so I recognize certain Alabama individuals. Even though I've been to several Auburn games through my life, and my dad was an Auburn grad, I still don't recognize the Auburn people other than the usual, Bo Jackson, Charles Barkley, that kind of thing. They were not there. But I noticed this guy, I go, man, he looks familiar. He's in this suit, and he's walking out, and then there's a couple other guys, and I'm going, man, they look real familiar. We're standing, they're walking by us because we're standing in this little VIP area, and they're coming out of the offices in the back. Later in the game, it was the former coach that they were honoring of the basketball team, previous coach.
Yeah.
They honored him. I forget his name. And then the players that were on that team, we were standing right there with them. And so we get to go out in the tunnel.
So you got to actually see how big they really are.
Yeah, and this was fun. So we're pretty much. I'm 4 feet from the smoke machines. Okay, on this tunnel. Yeah. I'm standing where Bruce Pearl stands all game. Runs up the Auburn bench. I'm pushed up against the cheerleaders. My wife's over here on my right.
Boy, that's terrible. Wow.
Right, pom-poms in my face.
How awful for you.
I had to hold my phone up above the pom-poms. It's funny. Anyway, it was a blast because they come running out of there. Bruce Pearl, I could have reached out and touched him on the shoulder.
Wow.
He was that close.
Wow.
And he just stopped right there and he's spinning around, and then they were saying, we got to go. And so we took off. They tell you, though, you don't stop players. You don't ask them for autographs. You don't touch them, whatever, because people get injured. Right. You don't think about that.
Right.
And so you really are doing everything.
Could you see Andy Bertram? Did you see Andy?
I did not see Andy Bertram. I could see him from up top looking down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I did not run into him.
He does such a great job.
Literally, Bruce Pearl, I could have reached out and touched him if I wanted to. Yeah, he was that close. It was a great experience.
You ready to go back then?
It was a lot of fun. I'd do that again in a heartbeat. Yeah. I like promoting it because I think, I have a lot of friends that are Auburn fans. And, they can do that and have a great time, go stay down there at the Graduate like we did and get a VIP pass and just enjoy the game. And you know what? It was a lot of fun, even though Auburn didn't end up winning. And Auburn's got a great basketball team, but so does Florida.
How did Florida players act when they won the game? They come off the court. They act.
So at the end of the game, I don't know, this is under 2 minutes, the Florida players were taunting the Jungle. The Jungle is the student section. And they weren't doing it ugly. They were doing it in fun, and the Jungle was like coming back at them. It's across the court. But it was funny. It was, no obscene gestures. It was all in good fun. I didn't think it was unsportsmanlike in any way. Florida was celebrating, and they were letting those students know, hey, we came to your place and we beat you.
Yeah.
But that was kind of Florida's attitude the whole game.
After the game, y'all go straight back to the hotel? Did y'all go walk around campus? What'd y'all do?
We walked through campus to get back. And then, there's all kind of restaurants to go to, that kind of thing.
Was it packed out?
Oh, yeah. There were a lot of Auburn people that came up to the game.
Did you see many Florida fans at the game?
Yes, there were some Florida fans. We had some sitting in the row in front of us. Obviously, they were happy. They were a little subdued in there.
Yeah.
That arena, I think it's less than 10,000. I want to say it's like 9,300.
But they're on top of it. On top of it.
You are so close to the court. I mean, you can see everything.
Even when you're up, when you're up
even
high,
when you're
you
up.
get that.
Yeah, because we were
it's
pretty
loud.
much. We weren't
really
in the.
It's got to be crazy loud at the top of that.
I guess we were in the middle area, but you felt like you were right there with the players. Wow. It's a very nice
experience.
Place.
It's an experience.
Yeah, and even if you're not an Auburn fan, go do that.
I'd love to go.
Now she got the tickets in August. I should say that.
Right.
Tickets are getting outrageous.
Yeah, that last game. If they keep winning that last game, Alabama Auburn there.
Oh, that's going to be an outrageous price.
It'll be more money in Auburn because the Coliseum's a lot bigger.
Okay.
It's like 17,000, I think it is, or 18, and Auburn's got like 10 or 11.
I thought it was like 9,300.
No, it might be.
Wow, that's quite a difference.
Right.
Yeah, they need to make it bigger. Of course, they didn't anticipate.
I like it like that.
It was
Duke's
intimate.
Duke's arena is not that big.
It gets intimate when it's like that.
Yeah,
really
you're
is.
right there. But now the seats are close together, all that. But it was a great time.
Duke, you go to Duke, that thing's not big either. It's loud. Auburn's probably one of the loudest ones. And it's their football stadium. Now, the football stadium's huge, but it's
they're adding on to the football stadium, just so you know.
Really?
There's another jumbotron going in the other end of that thing.
Yeah.
And you can see it. All the cranes are there building it. So watch out. Tiger Stadium is getting
Well, I had
bigger.
a lot of good information on
Tiger
Auburn, but
Stadium,
somebody
but you
would
know
rather talk about a story,
hair.
their own personal story, so we'll go with that today.
Thanks, Chad. I enjoyed it. Truly did.
I couldn't stay awake.
He's the one asked for it.
How did you,
He did.
I mean, I know you had to be like, you got your Sharpie in one hand and something in the other hand. How did you resist, not asking for some autographs while you were there? I mean...
It was, I don't know. I'm a rule follower, John.
I'm sorry.
He's used to people asking for his autograph.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, that just
I didn't
my
want to
point.
bother them. I wanted it to be business as usual. They got a game to play.
Chad, how
That's
long
my
did-
mindset. If I were on the team, that'd be my mindset. So I
How
just
long did it
take that
take
same
your
mindset.
jet to get up there and back? Did you fly or did you have your pilot go with you?
The Audi Q7 jet. Well, so first off, I got
Elvis one.
I got a ticket a few weekends ago in Headland, so I took it kind of slow.
Well, I tell you what, you don't have to take slow. You go see Dr. Ward. I tell you what, the guy does an incredible job. Listen to him every Wednesday, 7:30, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Skin cancer can be deadly. 1 in 5 develop it. Don't put it off. If it doesn't look right, feel right, call Dr. Ward right now. They got offices throughout the Panhandle of Florida. 5 minutes can save your life. If you're a female, breast cancer, skin cancer, 2 things you really got to be concerned about. Seriously, if it doesn't look right, feel right, go get it checked out. And nobody does a better job than Dr. Ward. Again, listen to him every Wednesday, 7:30, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Do you want to look better, feel better? Max Fit Sports Nutrition can make that happen for you. Pier Park, 23rd Street. Jason Kovaleski. Listen to him and the Buckeye Boys tomorrow morning. They'll be here from 7 to 9 with us. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
The next evolution in sports talk radio. At 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. The Afternoon Underdog. The only live afternoon show in Panama City where you can win fantastic prizes from amazing local businesses every day.
That's right.
4 to 6 weekdays. The Afternoon Underdogs.
It's mayhem.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
With over 65 years of combined experience, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to help you take your collection to the next level. They carry all the new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia, and supplies. New and vintage cards and Pokemon. They sell and trade cards and are always looking to buy. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards is open 7 days a week at 752 West 23rd Street, down from Academy Sports. It can always be reached at InstantReplaySportsCards.com.
Are payment processing fees eating into your profits? With Bay County POS, local businesses are saving time and money with secure, seamless merchant services. Reduce credit card processing fees and save up to 3.9% on gross sales. From quick, contactless payments to detailed sales reporting, it's Bay County POS. For a free consultation, call 850-359-3906. Bay County POS. Local service, global standards.
Now back to the most dangerous radio show in the Gulf Coast. Coach James Hale. He's so dangerous. He doesn't even check his eggs at the grocery store.
Danger's my middle name.
I'm bad to the bone, honey.
2 tickets to the gun show.
We're live from the J. Michaels studio on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Devontae Smith, what a great young man. His home state wins this Super Bowl. He is the 5th player in the history of Super Bowls to hit a Triple Crown. You know what the Triple Crown is? Y'all know, right?
Yeah, in horse racing.
Horse racing. Said no, but wait, why?
Devontae Smith, does he race horses?
I don't know.
Is he in a horse race? In his home state, did he race a horse? Did it just?
You're from
just
Missouri,
started
right?
that Triple Crown thing this year.
What's wrong with the Triple Crown?
What did you think when he said Triple Crown?
Well, plus you think about horse racing, but they just started this Triple Crown of basketball or something like that this year.
I hadn't heard that.
Somebody coined the phrase.
I will admit, I hadn't heard that.
I had
You're going to learn something.
Thank you.
You will learn something.
I'm always open to learn.
Just because he.
Wait. Are you saying school's in session on Monday?
The Triple
What
Crown.
kind of rubbish is that?
Triple Crown. There we go.
Wildcat, turn their mics down. Let's you and I try to have a show.
My word.
You understand Triple
everybody
Crown?
knows the Triple Crown.
I understand what you're saying, but
Triple Crown. Let me explain to the.
I will admit the things I don't know about. And I don't know about it. But if you're talking horse racing.
If you win it, now we're talking about football.
Oh.
He does have nothing to do with horse racing. Devontae Smith is a wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles, if you two don't understand. He played at the University of Alabama. This has only happened 4 other times.
Playing at the University of Alabama's one.
He won the Heisman Trophy.
No way.
He won the national championship, and now he's won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's only happened 5 times now.
Wow.
He became the 5th one. He won a Heisman, he won a national championship, and he won the Super Bowl. Now,
and they
Alabama,
call that the Triple Crown.
That's the Triple Crown. That is the Triple Crown of, you learned something new.
I did.
Yes.
Thank you.
I did too, because I just read about it. But who were the other ones? Can you remember? Can you name one of the other ones? Just one.
Who won the Triple Crown?
Just in college football, Heisman Trophy.
Golly. Montana?
No.
Did he win the Heisman?
Think about it. One's from USC.
Yeah, that's, I'm blanking on his name.
Allen.
Yeah.
One was from, where was the other one from? I told you the other day. Pitt. Tony Dorsett.
Tony Dorsett.
He won the Heisman.
Yeah,
he won the national. They beat Georgia for the national championship.
That's going back some now.
Yeah, that was so you got 3. The other 2, it wasn't Emmett. Emmett didn't win the national championship. Wasn't Bo.
I'm trying to think of all the Heisman.
I got it. I'll have to find it in a minute. What did you think about the game, though? Were you pleased? I mean, it was a blowout.
No, I was not pleased.
Yeah, talk about it. Talk about your thoughts.
I like it. I was really hoping for a little bit more of a struggle.
I thought it was going to be a 3-point game, one way or the other.
I did.
Not with the way the Eagles kicker was kicking.
Holy cow!
Wow, he's incredible.
He was drilling them right down the middle.
He's
let me miss it. Now go ahead and try it from another 10 yards.
Let's be
back.
offsides and back us up.
How many times do you want me to kick this? 2 times? 3 times?
Hey, he was a cool customer.
Yeah.
And he drilled them. I mean, they were not.
Yeah, they were right down the middle.
Yes, they were.
Well, Chad, what did you think about it? What about
the thing? I'm gonna tell you what I liked about that day. I don't know if y'all saw Randy Moss come back to that.
I saw that.
And hear Randy Moss talk about beating cancer and all the friends and the prayers and the struggle and what people meant to him. It was touching. I mean, he was crying. Dude, I was tearing up. I mean, you can't help but just understand that he's gone through some major struggle in life. And here's a guy that, everybody knows. That was a great start to the day, I thought. What a champion, to kind of overcome, the cancer issue. And you've got so many other people that's an encouragement and inspiration to, yes. So anyway, that's how the day started off, that I thought started off on a good foot. But then, the Eagles just came out and got it done.
Yeah, they look good. That surprised me. I had said on the show, I said I want the Eagles to win, but I believe that the quarterback for the Chiefs was unbelievable. I thought he would win. If the game's close, he's going to win it. Andy Reid's an unbelievable football coach. He has something for every game. But everything we said was wrong. I mean, the Eagles blew them out.
Well, what happened to Spagnuolo? What happened with Spagnuolo? He did not seem to have a handle on the defense yesterday. And that's unusual.
When those sacks, and the Eagles weren't even blitzing. I think they blitzed once.
They're down linemen. Yeah, they controlled the line of scrimmage.
When they started sacking, Kansas City multiple plays in a row. It was
Exactly.
like it was
times
just
or something like that.
Oh my goodness! Like Mahomes had no chance to get out and do anything. I went, oh my goodness!
Do you remember what
this is even better
the
defense than I
average
thought.
weight of the offensive lineman?
The biggest
for the Philadelphia Eagles. 328 pounds.
Was it 6'6"?
Was that the average?
Yeah,
It's the biggest offensive line.
Yeah,
Oh,
328 pounds.
Yeah.
So
And they
you
went back 20 years to some other team.
So
that
you
was
had to have some
200
400 pounders.
Yeah,
There had to be.
They were huge.
You can't move them.
Well,
You think about that. That's,
Dickerson played. He's been
Yeah, he
injured.
played at Alabama. He was the
Played the
center.
whole game.
yeah, he played at FSU.
The last game they played, and I thought, man, I don't know if he's going to be ready for the Super Bowl because he came out.
Well,
and
even
he did a
one of
great
those fellows
job.
kind of falls on you.
I you know what? Were y'all looking forward to this year's Super Bowl? I know I was.
I wasn't.
I wasn't either.
I just thought it was going to be the same old,
How
same
could you not be
old.
looking forward? You had
As
Bama players.
No,
in it.
I was looking forward to it on the three-peat side of things. I thought
Yeah.
it might be fun to see that.
Yeah, thank you.
I knew it wasn't going to happen, though. I told my wife, I said, the Eagles are going to win this. When I look at it, there's more talent, and I don't mean to disparage the Kansas City by any means. They are a great team, and they can beat the Eagles on any given day. But the Eagles, to me, had much more talent on both sides of the ball. That's just the way to say
They
it.
were ready. They were ready.
They had-
pumped. They were
From the
they were
very moment
focused.
they walked on
They
the
were
field.
focused,
They had
yeah.
all those SEC players on their roster. Them Georgia defense
That's right.
linemen were
SEC,
unbelievable.
SEC.
Yeah.
SEC. You hearing that, dog?
And you told me that was the DB's birthday when he intercepted that pass, pick six.
Yeah, what's his name?
The kid?
Something Gene. I forgot his name. Anyway, it was his birthday, that rookie.
He looked all of 17, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did a
They
great
get
job.
younger and younger
Yeah.
every year.
Yeah.
Chad, I can't find that list. Dang it, I was trying to give you that list, but I can't find it. Anyway. All right, first round picks, the longest streak, an active streak in college football. First rounds, it goes to Alabama. Since 2008, they've had a first round draft pick. Ohio State comes in second. Their streak started in 2016. Number 3, Georgia Bulldogs. Theirs started in 2018. And Michigan started at number 4 in 2019. Florida Gators, Oregon, and USC have had a first round draft pick since 2020. So roll tide. Alabama, Auburn, next year, football. Who's under the most pressure to win, Chad Mitchell? Hugh Freeze or DeBoer?
Hugh Freeze.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I think if DeBoer goes, I think if he loses 3 games again, they'll give him another chance, give him one more year. But Hugh Freeze, man, he better have a winning record this next year, or he's out.
Bill, college football is crazy now. We've talked about it. The NIL has ruined the game, in my opinion. I don't see how they can continue to do it. It used to be you grow up, like I said, I'm from Alabama. I grew up, I wanted to play at Alabama. I grew up watching Bear Bryant, Suge Jordan. Either one of those schools I'd been happy, but I really wanted to go to Alabama. Those days are over. People grew up wanting to go to Florida State, Florida. You dream about it. I want to be the next Emmitt Smith. Those days are over because so-and-so offers you X amount of money. How can you turn it down?
How can you turn down $1 million if you're 20 years old and somebody asks you, will you take $20 million and play quarterback for us?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you hadn't even played a play of college football yet.
No, just right off the top.
Did you hear what Deion said? I loved it.
What did he say?
He said he's disappointed with the parents. He said they get involved in recruiting an uncle, an aunt, a distant relative, telling the kid, hey, don't go there. You need this amount of money. If they don't give it, don't go. He said the advice they're getting is
Take
stupidity.
the money and run.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he would know because he was a former pro athlete.
Well, then that was Saban was.
He got out of it
because of that.
Yeah. Are they going to fix it?
Well, they need to appoint Saban as the czar to fix it.
I'm
Do
with
you
you.
think he'd do it? I don't know.
I think actually, well, I think you'd have to get a bunch of attorneys in there and sort it out. But
You think that Greg Sankey and the commissioner of the Big Ten would get together and go, listen, we got to get this under control.
There's got to be some leadership for that to happen.
Well, where's the limit? Where's the limit on it now?
Yeah.
Well, how can you pay someone to come and do a job that's never been on campus, has never lifted weights, never been through a winter workout? He's still in high school, and you're going to pay him millions of dollars thinking he's going to be this great player. wouldn't you have to have a set limit across the board? You come play in this league, in the SEC Big Ten, you're going to make X amount of money as you come as a freshman. After that, you'll create value for yourself, and then we go from there. And they pay them a little bit more each year. I'm talking about revenue sharing.
Well, the reason
NIL,
I agree with you, but you're throwing money in front of people who have
done nothing,
and they have no money, and you throw this kind of money. I got in trouble and I didn't have any money. If I'd had $1 million,
yeah.
And while you're doing that, Steve Sarkisian's offering them $4 million with no strings attached.
And Lamborghinis.
Exactly.
No,
so
Lamborghinis.
you can do all that all you want. It's not going to matter.
You get people get killed doing this.
Now, when they get the revenue sharing, they can have a limit, but I don't think they can control NIL. Something's got to be done about it, but I don't know what.
Well, you were saying making them sign a contract. Can you hold someone that's under 18 to a signed contract legally?
Yeah, well, you can hold anybody to a
they sign
contract.
I mean, even if
doesn't matter if he's 18.
They sign
absolutely.
It, yeah. They got to hire them as employees. That way, they can't jump ship. It's like Saban said. It's like the NFL, except there's no free. Everybody can just do what they want. There's no contracts.
Yeah.
You got to hire them as employees. They really don't want to do that, but they need to hire them as employees. Make the contract 1 year, 2 years, whatever. And in the contract, it can state, you're not going to class, you're not getting your academics, we can fire you. If you're not doing your work, your effort, they can fire you. That way it's legal that they can fire you. They can't get sued for firing somebody.
Remind me in the next segment, I know we got a break coming up, remind me to talk to you about this Auburn professor. We were talking to her husband, and he was telling me about the issues with NIL and what's going on. Remind me to have that conversation here.
We should have started the show with that.
Yeah, why didn't we? Why didn't you tell me earlier?
Doc.
Oh, man. He's not organized. Comes here late. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. You want the best. I tell you what, every Wednesday, 10 wings inside. Beef O'Brady's, Lynn Haven. Paparazzi Pizza on Thomas Drive, the best pizza. This restaurant's incredible. It's like 4 in 1. You got a bar in there. You got a deli. You got a bakery. The bakery's the best in Bay County. The best cakes you'll get made fresh every single day. But the pizza's incredible. Paparazzi. You know what's a great thing about Paparazzi? Big John's retired police officer. He does an incredible job. Stevenson Air Conditioning. Dr. Chad Mitchell. Dr. Ward. Newbies. Max Food Sports Nutrition. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Hey, we got to get some organization. And he's got to get damn disciplined.
Get Doctor on the job.
I don't know what we're going to do. We are off the air, right? They didn't hear that, did they?
Yeah, probably
no,
did.
Oh, they did?
Nobody heard that.
Oh, that's my goodness. I feel bad.
No, you don't.
From 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is designed specifically for sports fanatics like you. The sports content you demand is always on. Live stream our national and local sports talk anywhere you go. Reach us on all social media. You can also be a part of the show. Call and text into our studios. Plus, up-to-the-minute weather and traffic maps. The new app from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is available at the Apple Store and Google Play.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Monday. For this afternoon and evening, some sun and a high of 73 with a light breeze at 7 miles per hour out of the southwest. Tonight, mostly clouds with lows around 62. Tomorrow, slightly foggy in the morning followed by some clouds and a temperature near 71. Moving into Wednesday, about the same with a high of 74 and partly cloudy. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Are you tired of hearing 2 weeks when you call to get your boat worked on? Hey folks, it's Chris Kramer with Kramer Marine and Outdoor, and we'll get you in and back out on the water as quick as possible. We're a full-line Yamaha outboard dealer and Suzuki outboard dealer, and we have master-trained certified mechanics on site. So if it's just an annual service, electronics install, trolling motor install, or all the way up to a full repower, we can take care of you. So stop by and see us in the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd next to Bill Kramer GM, or call us at 850-851-0453.
Love is in the air at Tracy's Fine Jewelry, and do we have a sweetheart of a deal for you? All diamond heart jewelry is on sale for 25% off. All color gemstone jewelry is 60% off at Tracy's Fine Jewelry. We also have a large selection of gold, silver, and estate jewelry that is sure to melt her heart. Folks have trusted us for 50 years to make their Valentine's sparkle. This year, make it sparkle even more with a sweetheart of a deal from Tracy's Fine Jewelry.
I don't always talk to Alabama fans, but when I do, I ask for large fries. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. And we're going to get Trump. We need to have a national holiday. I'm just too tired today. Super Bowls, the next day, the country should not have to go to work. We celebrated our game, our time.
Why don't we talk?
It's our thing.
Let's talk with Pam Bondi. She knows him.
Pam knows what to do, yeah. Call Pam up. Get Pam on the phone.
Yeah.
We can't. We got Conrad Mood on the phone. We got to take this phone call. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. You also got Glenn Manley.
Oh, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Whose birthday is it?
Happy birthday, dear Glenn. Happy
Is it really his
birthday.
birthday?
Yes, Glenn just turned
on the golf
60.
course?
He's 65.
We just
65.
finished. But
They're on the
I
golf
told
course.
him to tell you that this is the father of Pretty Boy on the phone.
We just
Conrad.
got through telling us that
You know
story.
what? Somebody grabbed my cell phone at the store and they text you. And I was like, why did you do that? He'll be
You
mad
want
at
to tell
me.
the story, Conrad?
Hey.
Jared and his wife are doing some shopping at an antique store. Walked up behind the coach. He didn't see him. He grabbed him on the shoulder and said, well, Jared said, well, I found my antique.
He did. He told his wife, he goes, I found my antique. I looked, it was Jared. So what do? I kept looking at Jared. I said, man, you look good. He does. He looks great. I can't believe he's 47. He looks like he looks really good. So I text Conrad. I said, Conrad, I said, you need to hit your wife. I said, I saw your son. He's beautiful. There's no way that's your son. You didn't tell her I said that, did you?
What a charmer.
Yes, sir, I did.
Great. That's
Yes,
great.
sir.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I said impact. Like father, like son.
Well, I tell you what, he's such a wonderful young man. He did a great job at FSU. Y'all did a great job raising that young man.
Well, he did a lot on his own. It took a lot of money, but we convinced him to turn his act around.
Wait, did you get Glenn a little gift? I got him a present. I'll give to him Wednesday.
Oh, I kissed him. Yeah, he did. Right on the lips.
Oh,
God.
I thought this was a family show.
We've been together so long. We discovered a long time ago. We just don't don't exchange gifts. Otherwise, we'd have spent $1 million by now.
Yeah, really. Hey, what'd you?
You know what?
What?
You guys started singing. Now I was going to eat cake, but I lost my appetite.
He's so mean.
I had a question.
Yes, sir.
Do you guys have any idea? Because I really don't know the answer to this question. Do the players now in college have to sign some sort of deal that they have to go to class? Because if you're paying them all these millions of dollars and signing bonus and stuff, what?
Yeah,
That's a great question.
The answer's no.
How can you ever get a degree to go to 3 or 4 different schools? There's no way.
So this is a good segue into this little thing I was talking about. So, I was in Auburn this weekend watching the Auburn-Florida basketball game. And, Auburn loses. The next day, we're at this restaurant, and we run into this gentleman who starts to tell us about how his wife is a professor and that how things have changed since NIL has come around. That, for one, they don't have program money like they used to have. It used to be very plentiful. Now it's being siphoned off, obviously, to buy players and whatever's going on, right?
Right.
And the other thing is it's hard to get these players to go to class. I mean, you're giving this kid $2 million to look good. He hadn't even played a down of football yet.
Yeah.
And, why would he go to class? He's a multimillionaire.
Right. That's what I don't.
That's a great point. Same thing.
And so
Nobody's
it's destroying
answering that
college.
question.
It's destroying college.
Yeah. But I tell you, one of the things that Jared and my wife and I were most proud of is his redshirt senior year. He had graduated in 3 years, but he ended up, going through and getting his master's. But all the way from the start through graduate school, he ended up with a 3.96 grade point average.
Wow.
And he got the Golden Tornado Award, for the highest grades in the athletic department. So that's what he was really proud of. And you don't see that anymore.
Yeah.
No.
Well, Comrade, just think about it. Before, let's just say 5 years ago, if you graduated from college, you played at a major university, you played any university, football, basketball, baseball, you learned a work ethic. You were committed. You know what it takes. It's all about the team working together for a common good. Those days are over. It's all individual. And I think it hurts our country. Because going forward, it's all about me. And look, it's just sad what they've done. That was the greatest game ever out there. We loved our coaches. You did what they told you. You would sprint when they tell you to do something because you didn't want to get slapped upside the head, and you loved them.
I swear when I saw them.
Yeah, and now they have no respect for the. All my life watching Alabama football, I've never in my life saw a player slap, not come off the field. And it happened twice this year. Now, I do remember Alabama in the national championship game when Saban was there. A kid did something like that. He never played Alabama after that game. He was gone. Right. The next year, he was gone. And I think it was in the national championship game. But you know what I'm talking about. You just don't see that.
Yeah. No, not at all. I can't even fathom coming off and talking back to my coach.
No. It's just sad. No. It's sad. The players have more power now than the coaches do.
Yeah,
they still talk about Bear Bryant in Missouri on that game where Missouri was ahead at the half.
Yeah.
And
Coach Bryant told him what?
Y'all are walking home. Said, if I'm kidding you, go ahead and lose this game. And y'all are walking home. Y'all are walking home. And I think he punctuated it with some other expletives and what have you. And we still talk about it in Missouri. Still talking about that game. And, of course, Bama turned it around and won the game.
Yeah. When they lost to Georgia in Athens, they got, I think it was 21-0. This was 1976 when Alabama was dominating. They got back on the plane. The next morning, they had practice in the stadium on a Sunday morning. He about killed them. Yeah, I got a couple friends that played on that team. Yeah. Hey, Conrad, what are you doing for Glenn today for his birthday? Anything?
Yeah, we went and played golf, and I let him beat me like a drum.
Yeah. Okay. I tell you what, they're both good golfers. They really are.
Crickets.
No,
how much time we got?
We got 2 minutes.
Glenn, you going to be here Wednesday?
Yes, sir. No, I'm going to make him go play golf again.
Yeah. All right, listen, we got to go. We got a break coming up. We're almost done. Hey, happy birthday, Glenn. Thanks for calling, Conrad.
You got it. Appreciate it.
Bye, buddy. Bill, thanks for coming in. It's usually a lot better except for Mondays.
I have really enjoyed it. Chad here is delightful.
Don't let him.
I mean, I don't know what you're paying him. I don't know what you're paying him. It's not enough.
It isn't enough.
Speaking of paying,
speaking of paying, image, and likeness. I did bring my VIP pass too, just to remind you.
Dang. Anything we leave us with today? Anything stand out at Auburn that, like, man, this is incredible. So you said before,
it's growing. It's just a clean, nice campus. If your students want to go there, hey, send them to Auburn. It's a great place. I mean, there are other great colleges too, but that is definitely a class act place.
Y'all went to a football game this past year too, correct?
Yeah, I think it was the Oklahoma. Was it Oklahoma or Arkansas?
I think it was Oklahoma.
Yeah, I think it was Oklahoma.
Yeah. The atmosphere of both of them are incredible.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right, Wildcat, we are out for today. I don't want to talk anymore. My throat's hurting. I don't feel good. I'm tired. I want to go home.
I don't want to hear it.
Baseball tomorrow. We got Rutherford. Rutherford's tomorrow. Bay High School Wednesday. Thursday's Mosley. Friday is Bozeman baseball. Get all the baseball coaches on here. We're going to work on to get North Bay Haven. I think it will be Thursday morning at 7. And then Doug Lee at 7:15. And we're also going to get South Walton's baseball coach. They're so good.
We're going to get any of the coaches. Maybe we get some of them to come in here for a little while.
No, let's don't do that. Let's don't do that. Look what I put up with these two coming in.
Yeah, you got a good point there.
I would love to have them. I'd love to have this baseball coach come in.
Wait till next week.
There you go. Bill, we got you signed up for good now. You on?
Coming in next Monday?
Yeah. No.
My referee friend, Rob Fairfield's coming next Monday. So we're going to talk about what the refs really do on the field.
As you see, I don't run the show. It's Mitchell. I mean, I don't ever know what's going on.
Thank you so much.
We're out. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Thank you.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The magic plays here.
Tonight, it's the Atlanta Hawks at the Orlando Magic.
Goes up top, Wendell. Rotation finds KCP. Good look on the weak side. 3 is a